Hello Aries, and welcome to your November reading. This is just going to be a general spread. Whatever is meant to come out will come out. Yeah, let's get started. I did shuffle the cards off camera. Off camera. So I'm just going to give it a quick shuffle. And yeah. Get started. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. This is a new angle and the new setup, so I just needed to just adjust the cards properly. Okay, so one of the first things I'm seeing here for you is that there has been something you've been working on, something creative, but also it feels like career. Like this could be a side hustle, this could be a business, this could even be just a creative project that you're doing on the side. But there's something that you've been working on and something that you've planted seeds in. That it feels like even if it is growing and even if it is sprouting and creating something, it's almost like you run away the moment that it does. Like there's this fear inside of you about being able to maintain your foundation, being able to maintain what you have created. So with the base chakra coming up as the overall energy, you could be feeling out of place, you could be feeling unsafe, you could be worried about money, you could be worried about taking care of yourself and your more basic needs. And there's almost this fear of, if you pursue this creative, it doesn't necessarily need to be creative, but like from the outside looking in, like it could be something as mundane, but for you it feels creative and you use a lot of like mental energy. That's what it feels like, but it's definitely career. But yeah, so in your career, in your job, in your business, but there's like you're wanting to step up into a higher commitment in this field or in this career, but you're struggling to maintain that level of flow. Like it feels like when you do step up and you do step up to the plate and you do start to tap into the higher aspects of what you're doing. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, let's say you're a writer and you want to like do freelance writing, and then you actually start getting a client, then you start getting like really scared about it, and then it's almost like you're struggling to fulfill your job. Like you're feeling like you're not as creative, you're feeling not as driven. Like there's a little bit of a block here because you're scared that, let's say if you are a freelance writer, that it's not gonna like pay your bills or whatever, like something along those lines. So there's like this fear around that. But what you don't see is that Spirit's actually asking you to take a little bit of a time out. And this is going to happen if you're aware of it or not, but there's going to come a point where you're going to have to take some form of time out, sit with yourself in November, and just figure out what is it that you really want to create moving forward. What is it that you want to experience? And is what you want to create, like, are you ready to do the work necessary for it? Because there might be some form, quite a few flowers today, but there might be some form of partnership externally, like, you know, with like a friend or a partner or, oh my gosh. Oh, jeez, okay. I feel like my energy is a little scattered. Oh, sorry about that. That you feel is pushing you towards, yeah. That's pushing you towards being, even there's some form of partnership or some form of relationship. Oh my good like not do that right now. Okay. Like you might feel like there's some form of, well, there is some form of relationship or partnership. This could be in the workplace, this could be with family, this could even be with like a romantic partner. But there's some form of partnership that is pushing you towards becoming more stable. It's pushing you towards being more committed to your career and being more like aware of what you want. Like maybe if you've spent a few years like being by yourself and then you sort of get comfortable with your situation and then you meet someone, or even if it's just like a co-worker or something, but this is definitely a storyline popping up now, is and then you like want to create something new with this person. Yeah, even with the two of cups. Yeah, there's someone that is like you wanting to create more because there's more people involved and you sort of want to move up in your relationship, in your commitments. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's some form of foundation that you've already built in your career, in your business, that has the potential to bring in a lot of money, and you know this, but it's like you're moving forward towards it and then you're moving back towards it. Like even with the Knight of Swords, like he goes for it, he charges into battle, he gets it done, right? And you might have days where you feel like that, but there's still some underlying fear around maybe fulfilling it, maybe not being good enough, like imposter syndrome sort of things, like sort of energy, like that's something you might be struggling with. But yeah, Spirit's really asking you to take some time in November, not to take off the month, like we can't do that, right? But just to take some time to sit with yourself and to really like figure out, what do I want? Do I really want this with this person? Or, you know, like maybe someone that you work with wants to start a business with you separately or something like that. Like that's also something that could be popping up. But this feels like it's more of like a relationship focus as well. Like there's some form of relationship that is pushing you towards creating more, that's pushing you to towards wanting more. Yeah, like something that's popping up now as well is that you are aware that you have fear. You are aware that you are keeping yourself stuck in some capacity around this fear. And you going, like you being aware of it's like the first step, and then you going inwards and actually taking a look at, well, what is really scaring me here? Where does it come from? Like all these types of things. You're going to grow emotionally and you're going to get stronger. So next time, if it happens, you're able to work through it easier and quicker. Because you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like you're doing a little bit too much too quickly as well. Like maybe you were sprinting and then the momentum started picking up and then you started like getting a lot more work and you started getting like clients, or you know, like you take on more responsibility at your job, and then it sort of feels like it's becoming a little bit too much, and then you start getting like fearful of whether or not you can keep it up. But just take a breather, just take a breath, and then come back to yourself and come back to what you want to create, and then move towards doing that. Yeah, because if you're not gonna take the space that you need to grow internally, you're gonna continue to work, but it almost feels like it's gonna die off in some capacity, because it's like you're no longer really connected to why you started it. So maybe taking like a breather, reminding yourself why you started this, why you're doing this, because the Two of Cups can even be speaking about connection and like alignment with your higher self, and with making, you know, a decision. Oh, Two of Cups. Yeah, I was thinking of the Lovers. But yeah, so it almost feels like you've maybe been stuck in your head for a while. Like maybe you've been struggling with manifesting things, or even if things do manifest, it's not what you want. So So it's almost like you're pushing it away. Oh my gosh. Pushing it away. This is such a chaotic video today. That you're pushing it away. But it's just like you going internally, you going inwards is what's going to be creating the balance that you're searching for. Yeah, we have the King of Cups with the King of Cups. Yeah, like what you're going to be learning from this, what you're going to be coming out the other side with is a deeper understanding of yourself, a deeper understanding of your emotions, more emotional intelligence, and something that, you know, like you might have been going through some big disappointments in your business, in your career. We have quite a lot of kings. We have no feminine energy here so far. We have the world. Fixed energy. But yeah. Yeah, there might have been like a heartbreak and maybe things didn't work out at your job the way you wanted them to. Maybe you just realize that maybe what you've been doing isn't really what you want to be doing anymore, and that could have been something that was like quite a bit of a hit. But the Three of Swords is also clarifying trapped in fear. Like you might have broken your own heart in a sense by not acting on things that you knew that you should have, and opportunities that were given to you that you manifested, you didn't act on them, or maybe you did but then there was like some form of stagnation around it and you're like having regrets about it. But that's also, I think, what the King of Cups is so prevalent as well, like the emotional intelligence, the stability, the comfort, and like, well, even if things are like shaky, even if things are a little bit difficult, like I'm gonna be okay because I'm anchored in myself. So like that could be something that you're also being asked to work on this month, is to have that stability within yourself. And with the King of Wands here, yeah, you're gonna be stepping, because the Wands is fire as well, and your fire sign, your Aries. So it's even you stepping into your powers, it's you stepping into your ability to take life by the horns and just like make it happen what you want to make happen. Especially with the King of Wands terrifying the solitude, like you might not even be aware that you're doing this, but there's going to be a balance. It's going to be a balance of your ability to really like go towards it, to your ability to really like anchor into that reality and to create it, and between what do I need, what is something that fulfills me, is this something that fulfills me. Like it's going to be a balance of emotional intelligence and action and ambition and creation, and that's sort of like what's really going to be a focus for you in November, like whether you realize this or not. But there is a new cycle starting. You're going to be wrapping up some form of karmic cycle this month, and with the new cycle starting, you're basically going to be moving towards, having that stability within yourself. Like, okay, well, I can create whatever I want, and then you actually create what you want. But also having like the emotional intelligence of when do I need to take a break. Yeah, self-employment. Yeah. And where do I need to take a break? Where do I need to take a break? Like what's working for me? What's not working for me? Like this is everything that you're really going to be sitting with in November, consciously or unconsciously, subconsciously, I mean. Yeah. Because the 3 oracle cards is have faith, your prayers are manifesting, remain positive, and follow your guidance. Things are working out exactly the way that they're meant to, even if it feels like a little chaotic, even if it feels like a little scary, or like you're not seeing a lot of movement forward. Like there is even though you might feel like there's not a lot of momentum, there is already built up momentum from the work that you've done and from the patience and from the energy you've already put in, and that's what's going to push you forward this month. But there is going to be quite a bit of forward movement, if not materialistically or even like in the physical. There will be a lot of like cycles, like it feels at least like 2 cycles, like if you've been scared of like moving forward in certain things in your business or in your career, like that's gonna get wrapped up, and then you're gonna be moving forward with those things. And the second card, self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Yeah, and that's came up like quite a bit as well. Like if you are an entrepreneur, if you've been thinking about it or struggling with the idea, like what if I can make it work, what if I can't make it work, it's really just saying that you can make it work and that you're meant to make it work, and that it is like the next step for you, and that it's okay to be like scared around, like it's okay to have fear around whether or not you can make it work or whether or not you're able to stabilize it in the future. But knowing that you have the capacity to like do the inner work to clear those cycles and to clear those fears is what's going to be pushing you forward. And yeah, like the main oracle card, yes, your intuition is correct, take action accordingly. Yeah, so follow your intuition. You are pretty much on the path of your intuition. Like you don't feel out of alignment. Even with the Two of Cups here, like there is a form of alignment, even if it is just with your masculine or feminine energy, because there isn't much feminine energy here, but there does feel like there's some form of balance with the King of Cups and the Queen of and the King of Wands, like having that emotional and that action. So like there's definitely big balance is gonna be coming in for you in November. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, Aries. This is what I got for you. If this message resonated with you, please pop a comment down below, and yeah, have a lovely day. Thank you for being here. Bye.